Consider the interval A where x is an element of negative infinity to 6 included, as well as the interval B where x is an element of negative 4 excluded to 8 included. In the blue we'll do interval A, which is this interval here. So for that we go from negative infinity up to 6. So on a number line, that will go from there to there. And it keeps going off to infinity, so we use an arrow in that direction. And it stops at 6, and that point's included, so we use a coloured in circle at that point. Interval B we'll do in green, so that's this interval, which goes from negative 4 all the way until 8. Negative 4 has a rounded bracket, which means that point is not included, so we use an open circle. And at 8 we have a square bracket there, which means the point is included, so we have a closed coloured in dot to represent that. Part B asks us to state using set and interval notation A union B. So the union between the intervals A and B are all the values x can take in A or in B or both. So if we look at our number line, we can go all the way from 8 included all the way down to infinity, because all of those values of x are included either in set A or in set B. So this line in black is A union B. So if we do the set notation for that, we'd have the set of x such that we have x being less than or equal to, because this point here is included, less than or equal to 8. So that's that set there. In interval notation, we would have x is an element of, and we can go from negative infinity, and we use a round bracket whenever we do infinity, through to 8, and that point is included, so we use a square bracket. For part C, we need to look at the intersection of A and B. So this is the set of values of x, which are in both A and B. So if you have a look at that, this section here and this section here are overlapping, so they represent the intersection. So if we go down from here, we can see that that point there is negative 4, and that point there is excluded because it's excluded on this interval here. And if we go down here, we can see it goes until 6, and that's included on both that interval and this interval, so that would be included in the intersection. So for the set notation, we would have x such that, and we would go from negative 4 and have x being greater than that but not equal to it, and x would be less than or equal to 6. So that there is the set of A intersecting B. And if we used interval notation, we would have x is an element of, and we'd go from negative 4, and that point would be excluded, so you'd have a round bracket, through till 6, and that point is included, so you'd have a square bracket there.